Welcome back to Jack of All Trades, a guidance channel for young men. Today we're going to talk about integrity. We're going to talk about why it's important. We're going to talk about what it is. And we're going to talk about how you can build up some integrity in your life. Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. C.S. Lewis. And to me, the very first part of that sentence is the most important. That is what integrity is. Integrity is doing the right thing. So doing the right thing when no one is watching, it's important to talk about that because that's a really hard time to do the right thing when hey, no one's going to see me. No one's going to know if I did the right thing. No one's going to know that I did this thing I know I shouldn't do because I'm just by myself. That is a time you need to have integrity. You need to have integrity all the time, though. You need to have integrity when people are encouraging you to do the right thing, when no one else is around, and you get to make that decision yourself. And you need to have integrity when people are encouraging you to do the wrong thing. And that's going to happen. That will happen in your life where people are going to encourage you to do the wrong thing. And you'll have to have integrity, and you'll have to have built up some integrity in your life to be able to resist that. To do that, you will have to kind of understand what you believe. You do need to understand what's right and wrong to have integrity, to make that decision. And as you discover that, then you need to stick to that. Otherwise, those lines get blurred, and that can happen pretty easily. So integrity is really important. It's pretty easy to lose, and it's kind of an all or nothing deal. You need to have integrity in everything, or honestly, you'll have integrity in nothing. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. And this is a great quote for really anything, and I think just for men and people in general, but it really applies to integrity. It's easy to have integrity when it's convenient and when it's the comfortable choice. Oh, like I'm going to make this right choice. It's the choice everyone wants me to make. It's the easy choice. Well, is that having integrity? Sure. But that's the convenient, that's the comfort. That's when it kind of matters less. When the rubber meets the road is when you're challenged and when it's a controversy or when people are encouraging you to do the wrong thing, or when you're at school or work and integrity would mean admitting you made a mistake, maybe something that would hurt your reputation or hurt your grade or hurt your work performance. That's where the rubber meets the road. That's where you need to have integrity. And to have that, you have to do it all the time. You have to do all the little times so that when you get to a big time, that you have that integrity, that is your natural habit pattern is to do the right thing. Because if you don't have that, you won't have that to lean back on, and it makes it so much harder to make that right choice. Integrity gives you real freedom because you have nothing to fear since you have nothing to hide. And I think a younger me would have read this quote and said, what does that mean? Integrity gives you freedom. It really does, though. Integrity gives you freedom because, like it says here, you have nothing to fear, nothing to hide. You've done what you know to be right. And so even if it's not the decision people wanted you to make or the thing people wanted you to do, you know inside you that you did the right thing. You know that, hey, I stuck with what I was supposed to do. I did the right thing. And you can sleep at night. You can look in the mirror and know, hey, maybe this didn't work out. Maybe this is going to affect my work performance. This is going to affect my grade at school. My friends are mad at me. Whatever it is, friends, family, all kinds of stuff. But you'll know I did what I know to be the right thing. And that integrity gives you that freedom. It gives you that freedom to know, at least inside yourself, that you did the right thing. Integrity is keeping a commitment even after circumstances have changed. And that's true. That's another way to kind of look at integrity. To me, integrity goes back to that original quote. It is still doing what's right. But this is an aspect of it, is keeping a commitment even after those circumstances have changed. If you said you're going to do something, you need to do it. If you know that you need to do the right thing. And so doing the right thing, again, when it's convenient, that's easy. But after those circumstances have changed, and it becomes more difficult or controversial or less popular, or hey, this is going to have a negative impact on me personally, integrity is still doing that thing, even after those circumstances have changed and something becomes more difficult to do. Whoever is careless with the truth in small matters cannot be trusted in important affairs. And this to me is integrity, is if you have a buddy and you know you can't trust them, hey, I can't trust him. I can't tell him anything because he can't keep a secret. I can't trust him because every time we go out, he's trying to make me do something that's wrong, that he knows is wrong, or he does something that's wrong. If you don't have integrity in the small things, you will not have it in the big things. And I think a lot of people with the small things, oh, it's not a big deal. This is just a little white lie. No one's around to know I did this thing that I shouldn't do, but there's really no real consequences of it. But if that becomes your habit pattern, that becomes who you are. And then when you get down to important things, when you get down to the really, truly hard decisions where it'd be easier to do the wrong thing and it's hard to do the right thing, your default is going to be doing that easy thing, doing that wrong thing, because that's what you've done. That's the habit pattern you built up. And I look at, I'm always giving sports analogies and lifting analogies, but to me, it's, and I've said this before with other things, but it's like building muscle. You start with small stuff. You start with small weights. You don't jump into the really hard stuff right away. You start small and you build up. And you build those muscles till you can get to that really hard stuff. Well, that's integrity. You need to practice integrity every day. Every day you're faced with choices of right and wrong, and you need to choose right. You need to make that who you are as a person. And as you do that, you will build your integrity. You'll build those internal muscles. And so then when it gets down to a difficult time and you're at work or school or at home and you have to do something that is difficult and make a decision that will be unpopular or that could, impact you again personally or professionally, that you will do the right thing because that is who you are. That is who you are. That is your default. That's the habit pattern that you've built up. Integrity is a life where your beliefs and intentions are aligned with your words and actions. And so to have integrity, to do what's right, you need to know what's right. Now, I think most of us have a pretty good idea of, especially big things, what's right and wrong. We know it's wrong to murder, things like that. But I do think you need to look internally and figure out what is it I believe? What do I believe? What's right and wrong? Why do I believe that? For me, my foundation is it's based in Christianity. It's based in Jesus' teachings and the Ten Commandments and all the lessons in the Bible. And for me, that lays out really easy stuff. Don't murder. Honor your mother and father. Don't covet other people's things. It lays out all these. Don't lie. Don't cheat. Don't steal. It makes it, again, it's not an easy path. It doesn't make it easy to do all those things. It doesn't make it easy to always do the right thing. But it makes it easier to figure out at least what the right decision is. And to be honest, when things are difficult, the right decision is normally the harder decision. Doing what's right in a difficult situation is very often harder than doing what's wrong. But you should still do it because it's the right thing. And people will respect you more, and you'll respect yourself more if you have integrity and you make that right decision. So you do need to figure out what you believe in. You need to figure out why you believe things. Some things are good and things are wrong. You need to analyze why you think these things. You should be able to describe those things. You should be able to explain what you believe and why. And once you know that, you need to stick to it. You need to stick to what you believe. Because if you don't, it will just eat away at you inside. It'll eat away at you internally. If you know this is the right thing and you do the wrong thing, inside it's just going to eat you up. And if you do that years and years and years of doing that, you will have no integrity. You will have a difficult time eventually even figuring out what's right or what's wrong. And you'll just be making the easy decisions or the decisions that are best for you. And ultimately that won't work out for you. People pick up on that. Your employers will pick up on that. Your friends, your family, and they'll know that you don't have integrity, and they won't trust you. And that's not a good way to live. So having integrity is not the easiest thing. It is a difficult thing to do, but it is worth it in the long run. You will respect who you are as a person, and other people will as well. I like to end with a couple Bible verses. I think it's important. So Proverbs 11:3, the integrity of the upright guides them, but the unfaithful are destroyed by their duplicity. And so the integrity of the upright guides them, and it does guide you. Like I said, for me, it's Christianity. I know what's right, I know what's wrong. And it's not always easy to make that choice. It is often very difficult. But my integrity does guide me. At least it guides me and pushes me in the right direction. It shows me what the right thing to do is. And then I just have to actually execute and make that right decision. But if you don't have integrity, sometimes you don't even know what is right and wrong. Or a lot of times you'll know, hey, this is right, this is wrong, but this is easy. The wrong one's the easy, and that's going to benefit me right now and make life easier for me, so that's easy. And like the Bible verse says here, the unfaithful are destroyed by their duplicity. It will not work out for you in the long run. Remember, it is a sin to know what you ought to do and then not do it. James 4:17. And that to me is that like eating you up on the inside. When you know what the right thing to do is and you choose, you make that choice not to do it. you're just eating away at your soul. You're just eating away at you on the inside. And you're losing respect for yourself, and it's going to come back. It's going to come back on you in a negative way. And I think it really wears on you when you do those things as well. So when you know what's right, you need to stick to that thing. To do it, like we've talked about in this video, build that muscle early on. Practice your integrity on the small things, on the easy things, on the day-to-day. Build that muscle up. And so then when you get to those tougher times, it's easier to do the right thing. It's easier to make that really hard decision, that unpopular decision at work, but it's the right decision. And you can at least know internally, I did the right thing. I know I did what's right, and I can look at myself in the mirror and I can sleep at night, and I at least continue to respect myself. Going the easy route, and honestly, here's how it works out a lot of the time. You go the easy route, you do the thing that you know to be wrong, and it is easier initially, but it normally comes back to bite you. It normally does. Especially, hey, should I tell the truth or lie? And you lie, you're going to have to lie 15 times to cover up that initial lie. And eventually it's going to spiral out of control, and people are just going to find out the truth anyways. A good example of that is I went to the Coast Guard Academy. I was on the basketball team, and we used to always tell people, if you get in trouble, if you do something you're not supposed to do and you get caught, don't lie about it. Just tell the truth. Because whatever you did is probably not that bad, and we can get through it. What we can't get through is you getting caught doing something, lying about it, them finding out that you lied about it, and finding out that you did the thing you weren't supposed to do. Because now you've made it more than even double as bad as just the initial action. You get caught doing something, just, yep, that's what I did. I did it. I shouldn't have. I take full responsibility, and we'll get past it. You lie about it, there's nothing we can do for you. We can't cover for that. You've lost all credibility. You've lost your integrity at that point. So doing the easy, convenient thing at that time, when you know it's wrong, just remember, it's easy now. It won't be in the future. It's going to come back to get you at some point. So practice that integrity, build it up so that you can have that integrity during those difficult times. Thanks as always for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll have another video coming out in less than a week. Thank you very much.